Our Who's That Pokemon for this episode is I didn't expect it to play, sorry. Is Marshadow. We'll play it again. So I'll just let you guys a little peek behind the curtain that I have a soundboard. And so now when we do a Who's That Pokemon segment, I can play the Pokemon's cries when we're talking about them.
Pretty cool.
So some basic information on Marshadow. It's number 802 in the Pokédex. It is fighting and ghost type. It is 2 foot 4 inches tall and weighs 48.9 pounds. And it is known as the Gloom Dweller Pokemon.
That is depressing.
It is kind of depressing.
The Gloom Dweller.
The Gloom Dweller. And it does not evolve.
God, that's really depressing. It doesn't evolve either.
No, it's just
they need a huge fence around wherever this thing lives.
So Marshadow's origin, its name. Marshadow's name comes from a blend of marsh, as in wetlands or misty swamps, and shadow. So the marsh evokes something that lurks in foggy, damp places, fitting its ghost and fighting type and its stealthy, elusive nature. And then shadow highlights its ghostly, intangible qualities and its ability to hide within shadows. So Marshadow essentially means shadow of the marsh or one who hides in the mist, perfectly matching its lore, a mythical Pokemon that moves unseen in the shadows and is said to copy the movements of others. And I didn't say this because I forgot to, but its Japanese name is also just Marshadow.
So I thought the marsh was like marshmallow because it looks a little fluffy.
That could be too. I mean, sometimes they just make things up, so that could be a little bit as well. But what is Marshadow based off of? So there's a few things that it draws its concept from. So the first is martial arts and shadow boxing. It's a fighting type and stance resemble a boxer or martial artist, specifically referencing shadow boxing, the act of practicing punches and movements against an imaginary opponent. The idea of fighting with one shadow connects perfectly to its ghost type and stealthy imitative nature. It literally hides in the shadows and mimics others. It has a shadow spirit yokai influence, so Marshadow's ability to dwell in shadows is reminiscent of various Japanese yokai, which are supernatural entities that can inhabit or emerge from darkness. Its behavior, watching from shadows and copying others, evokes Kageana, the shadow woman, or other folklore spirits that mimic human actions unseen. Have you ever seen like pictures of yokai? Yokai are freaky.
Yeah, like the shadow dwellers or whatever. Yeah, they're pretty scary.
I played that video game where you fight there's different yokai, and I can't remember what it's called. The Tokyo game. The name's leaving me, so I won't even go into that.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the
It
name of
was
the
a
game.
fun game. Lots of Japanese lore in that game. It was very interesting. Marshadow also has a will-o-wisp and phantom imagery. The faint green flames like aura seen in its zenith form resembles will-o-wisp, ghostly lights said to lead travelers astray in swamps and marshes. And then some Greek shadow concepts. Some fans also draw connection to the Greek concept of eidolon, a shadow spirit or image of a person. In mythology, eidola were reflections or shades of the living, much like how Marshadow copies others' moves and powers.
It's like the Sith version of a Ditto.
Yeah.
Man.
Except for it can't change its form. It all looks like what it does. So Marshadow's biology. Marshadow is a small humanoid Pokemon seemingly formed from smoky gray shadows. Its face is framed by what looks like a helmet or headgear, with 2 curled horn-like shapes on top and a faint wispy horn rising between them. It has piercing orange...
Sounds familiar, knowing that this world's
Satan.
Lucifer.
It has piercing orange-red eyes with yellow pupils and small oval yellow markings above each one. A faint color of smoke encircles its neck. Its wrists have small bumps and trails of shadow drifting from its feet as it moves. When angered or ready to fight, Marshadow's hidden power ignites, transforming it into Zenith Marshmallow. I almost said Marshmallow.
The Zenith Marshmallow.
Zenith Marshadow, or in Japanese, it's known as full-powered Marshadow. Zenith Marshadow sounds cooler.
It sounds way cooler.
In this heightened form, the wisps around its head, neck, and wrists erupt into flickering green and yellow flames. Its eyes burn more intensely, though their colors remain unchanged. So I gave you a picture of Zenith Marshadow.
The Zenith looks cool.
Yeah,
the Zenith version.
Yeah, its shape doesn't change. It's not like as big of a change as its mega form, but as a Megaform. Marshadow does not have a Megaform, but they do change the coloring. Rarely seen by humans, Marshadow's very existence was long considered myth. It is an extremely cautious Pokemon, slipping into shadows to remain unnoticed, much like Gengar. While concealed in another shadow, it can sense emotions and perfectly imitate movements and abilities. Over time, this mimicry allows it to grow stronger than those it copies, learning even the ultimate techniques of the martial art masters it observes. In Pokemon the Movie I Choose You, Marshadow demonstrates additional abilities such as causing nightmares, stretching its limbs, and shapeshifting its form. When corrupted by the Rainbow Feather, it can even command the will of countless Pokemon using the power of its shadows, which we will see later on. Marshadow is the sole Pokemon capable of learning the move Spectral Thief and the exclusive user of the Z move Soul Stealing 7-star Strike.
So you steal their souls and then you strike them with 7 stars? God, it's overkill.
So, some Pokédex entries on Marshadow. Pokemon Sun says able to conceal itself in shadows. It never appears before humans, so its very existence was the stuff of myth. Pokemon Moon says it lurks in the shadow of others, copying their movements and powers. This Pokemon is craven and cowering. What does that even mean? It's craven and cowering.
It's like afraid, I guess? It cowers?
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea. Ultra Sun says it slips into the shadows of others and mimics their powers and movements. As it improves, it becomes stronger than those it's imitating. Ultra Moon says it sinks into the shadows of people and Pokemon where it can understand their feelings and copy their capabilities. A Pokemon Sword says by slipping into the shadow of martial arts master and copying their movements, this Pokemon learned the ultimate techniques. And then Pokemon Shield says this Pokemon can conceal itself in any shadow, so it went undiscovered for a long time. All right.
It's a pretty cool Pokemon. It's hard to make jokes about it because I'm kind of like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Marshadow is a cool Pokemon. And it's interesting because we've only been dealing with the original Kanto Pokemon
Mhm.
and Togepi. We did do Togepi for once since they have appeared. But this is our first time like going way beyond that into a Pokemon that originally was created in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. So as said, number 802. And so that was our Who's That Pokemon segment on Marshadow.